Hello everyone and welcome back to Geospace. I am so excited to be here today. I decided to show you guys one of my favorite recipes. These cookies are delicious to die for. These cookies are amazing, and in reality the key ingredients of these cookies are oatmeal, bananas, and of course anything else is just a delicious additive. Of course you can follow the recipe. I will put it right after. I am using actually a couple of the bananas that are ripe. Hold on a second. This is gonna come very handy. So let's get started with this delicious recipe of oatmeal banana cookies. These ones are special because they are going to have dark chocolate chips, they're going to have coconut, and they're going to have walnuts. Obviously if you're allergic to nuts, you don't want to add walnut or whatever you may be allergic to. Hopefully you're not allergic to bananas because that's the main component of these cookies, as well as oatmeal. The great thing is that, guess what? So we are actually not using butter at all. I did wash my hands, so my hands are clean. I did have a couple of the ripe bananas. They don't have to be ripe bananas. Actually, one of the bananas that I will be adding is not ripe at all. So I'm using 3 bananas. And of course, if you want to make more, you can use more bananas. But 3 bananas to get started. And what we're going to do is we're going to smash these bananas. Yeah, bananas are substituting the egg and butter. I think that's a really good trade. So once you get it kind of smushed, a little bit like this, then you will add basically all the things that are going to be liquid in here. We're going to add a teaspoon, or tablespoon I should say, of vanilla. Because vanilla makes everything good. It tastes delicious. We're going to add a tablespoon of that. And we're going to add a little bit, and I like to use, instead of just almond milk, almond creamer. And basically add 2 tablespoons if you're measuring it. I just poured it a little bit because I know this recipe very well because I make them all the time. This satisfies my craving for sweet, and I know that I'm eating something a little healthier. So this is how it's coming across. This is like going to be what's going to bring our cookies together once we start adding all the other ingredients. So once again, bananas, vanilla almond creamer, and a tablespoon of vanilla. Now we can start pouring our drier ingredients. Let's go ahead and get started with our oatmeal. And actually I have 2 oatmeals here, and only because one of my oatmeals is like fuller whole oatmeals and the other one's like a little bit more ready to go oatmeal. And I like to mix it so that we get a little more texture, a little more variety. And I'm doing a full, actually we're doing 2 cups of this one, sorry, and 1 cup of this one. Basically 3 bananas, 3 cups of oatmeal. So we're done with the oatmeal. I should put everything that I'm done with over here so I don't get distracted. And I'm going to go ahead and start blending all the ingredients here together, or our first ingredient, the first dry ingredient. So the reason why I love adding coconut is because coconut tends to be a little moist when you bake it, and I like my cookies to be a little moist on the inside and crispy on the outside. So for this, we're going to go ahead and add just 1 cup. My contacts are just for looks. So they don't help very much when I'm trying to look at the measurement. So we talked about 1 cup of coconut. are adding, where is our measuring cup? Another cup of walnuts. And of course these walnuts are like the ones that are a little broken up because we don't want them to have like big chunks of walnut, just like a little touch of flavor. Little touch of flavor. And I start mixing those two items there together. Of course we cannot forget our most delicious item, because I am a chocolate lover and love some chocolate. We are going to add, let's say a cup. No, not a cup. That's not enough. Let's add a cup and a half. Actually, I added almost 2 cups. But that's okay. We love chocolate. This is going to be delicious cookies full of big dark chocolate chips. And of course, the only reason why I'm doing dark chocolate, I love these chocolates. They are so delicious. And the reason why I'm doing dark chocolate, hey, you're already gonna have other sweet flavors in there from the banana. The bananas do carry a lot of sugar, but they're natural sugar. And the mixture of the banana flavor and the dark chocolate, it's so, so delicious. And dark chocolate, of course, less sugar. Less sugar, a little healthier. Now I have my mixture with everything in there. I'm gonna show you guys up close what it looks like. Ta-da! Since it's not like a regular cookie, in order for it to keep a nice shape, because they're not gonna expand when you put them in the oven. They're gonna stay the same size that you put them in here, and you don't have to worry about spacing them a little too further apart because they're not going to take any more space than when you put them in there. But I actually like to cup my hand a little bit, and that's kind of how I make my cookie. If you have like a mold or something, you can always put the mold and then fill it in there with a spoon and kind of tap it together. One of the reasons why I like to use my hand and mold it here is because I can always make sure, since this is going to be the bottom part, I like to make sure that my chocolates are more on the top, which would be this part of my hand, than right here, because this is going to kind of get a little crusty and melt, and then they're harder to get off the paper. So once I cup it, I put it over here, and then I just press it together, just a little love tap. And that's how we do it. And we do that for the rest of this. And trust me, this makes a lot of cookies. You can give it to your neighbors, you can give it to your friends. And but look at those delicious things. So they'll be nice and toasty. So we'll see you in a little bit after they are in the oven. So we're gonna put these in the oven for you can put them up to 15 minutes, and we're going to put them at 300 degrees. So we will see you in a little bit. Just going to go ahead and let them cool just a little bit before we try them. They look delicious.